Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh. Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Kodash double honor unto the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures among other things. Shalom to the sincere alchemy across the world. Now this is the book of Judges, chapter 7, titled The Defeat of the Medianites. Verse 1. Then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and all the people that were with him, rose up early, and pitched beside the well of Harod, which is they pitched their tents, so that the host of the Medianites were on the north side of them, by the hill of Moreh, in the valley. And Yahweh said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Medianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, mine own hand had saved me. So the Most High works in small numbers, just like how he said, many are called but few are chosen. Right. Verse 3. Now therefore go to, proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. Oh yeah, wait. Right. So here is the place where it was. Here. On this side, West Manasseh. On the west side of the river Jordan. This blue one. And this is East Manasseh. And here you had Gideon's camp, and then you had the Medianites over there. And also, so this is Galilee. Oh, sorry, what the hell? So this is Galilee, this whole area over here, Galilee, and this area over here, no, yeah, I think here, this area over here is Gilead, as you can see in the in the gray, Gilead here. So this is Gilead, the Sea of Galilee. There's just this thing over here. But anyway, this is Gilead, and this is Galilee, right? Because in the scriptures in the time of Yahweh Shai, it speaks of Galilee and stuff like that, and Gilead. Well, that's these two places. Galilee, which is, where did I show it? Here? Yeah. Galilee and Gilead. Remember that Manasseh took Gilead. Well, East Manasseh actually, and this is West Manasseh. Right in the hill of Moreh, which is here. Anyway, going on. Now, Judges chapter 7 verse 4. The rest of 3. Let me read 3 again. Now therefore go to, proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 22,000, and they remained 10,000. So 22,000 people went home because they were afraid and fearful, and there remained 10,000 left, right? And Yahweh said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them there. And I will try them for thee there. The Most High is going to test them there. And it shall be, that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go with you. Shall not go, sorry. So he brought down the people unto the water. And Yahweh said unto Gideon, every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by thyself. What? Him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, every one that boweth down upon his knees to drink. So basically, you're going to set them. So the ones that lap like a dog, which is taking your hand and then putting your your mouth to, you scoop water with your hand and then putting your mouth to it, putting it to your mouth, and the other one were to bow down basically on your knees and drink like that with your butt in the air. Anyway, so it says here, verse 6, and the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. So these men were circumspect. They didn't have their butt in the air when they was drinking, because that's how it's gonna look if you kneel and then you drink. Yeah, yeah, it's not a good sight. It's certain positions that a man shouldn't be in. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And Yahweh said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Medianites into thine hand. And let all the other people go, every man unto his place. So the people took victuals in their hands, and their trumpets. And he sent all the rest of Israel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men. And the host of Midian was behind him in the valley, which is here in that valley, Jezreel Valley, right? As we read in the chapter before. Here. Here. And pitched in the valley of Jezreel. Here, Judges chapter 6, verse 33. Then all the Medianites and the Amalekites and the children of the east were gathered together and went over and pitched in the valley of Jezreel, which is here. They pitched there. Okay, Judges chapter 7, verse, where was I now? 9. Yeah, 9. And it came to pass the same night that Yahweh said unto him, arise, get thee down unto the host, for I have delivered it into thine hand. But if thou fear to go down, go thou with Purah, thy servant, down to the host. And thou shalt hear what they say, and afterward shall thine hand be strengthened to go down unto the host, which is the army. Then went he down to Purah, his servant. Then went he down with Purah, his servant, unto the outside of the armed men that were in the host. And the Medianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like grasshoppers for multitude, and their camels were without number, as the sand by the sea for multitude. As the sand by the sea for multitude. And when Gideon was and when Gideon was come, behold, and when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man that told a dream unto his fellow, and said, behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled into the host of Midian. It's just funny that he had that dream, which was about to happen to him. But yeah, Gideon came close by enough for him to hear that dream that the guy was telling his other friend, funny as hell. Hello, a cake of barley bread. It's just bread. It's just basically something like this. Egyptian and Moroccan, which is Arab. Well, there are Arabs in Morocco, but there are also Berbers, and the Berbers are barbarian children, the children of the barbarians, or the people that call themselves Moor. Those. That's why the Arabs hate the Berbers, because they know their ancestry. But don't go thinking that these Arabs will accept that they actually are from the Moors, because they fucking hate you too. Not all of them, but yeah. I mean, dark skinned people hate themselves too, right? So it's not far fetched. Look at Candace Owens and Jesse Lee Peterson. Those two doofuses. There's many more. There's many more. Barclay bread tumbled into the host of Midian, and came unto a tent, and smote it that it fell, and overturned it, that the tent lay along. And his fellow answered and said, This is nothing else save the sword of Gibeon, the son of Joash, a man of Israel. For into his hand had Yahweh delivered Midian, and all the host. And it was so when Gideon heard the telling of the dream. It's just funny that they know. You know, they was spiritual. They was definitely spiritual. Excuse me. And it was so when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped Yahweh, of course. He worshipped the Heavenly Father. When he heard that, he glorified Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Well, in those days, it was only Yahweh, not Yahweh Shai. Anyway, and returned into the host of Israel, and said, Arise, for Yahweh had delivered into your hand the host of Midian. But it was the Most High that told him, like, go down and go listen to what they're saying. So they, hey man, the Most High is, hey man. And then when he was near, the Most High made him, he sparked him to tell that dream. And then the other guy broke down the dream. So they knew they was about to get their ass whooped. They knew, but yeah. And he divided the 300 men into 3 companies, so 100, 100, 100. And he put a trumpet in every man's hand, and empty pitchers, with empty pitchers, and lamps within the pitchers. And wait, let me check what the pitchers was. Here, large jar, portable. And it was empty too. Earthenware, yeah, earthen vessel, these things. Like earthen vessels. Made out of clay, of course, and then cooked. Put in the oven, I would say. Yeah, for carrying water. Or dough. Meal, which is dough. Or flour, actually. Judges chapter 7, verse 17. And he said unto them, Look on me, and do likewise. And behold, when I come to the outside of the camp, it shall be that as I do, so shall ye do. When I blow with the trumpet, I and all that are with me, then blow ye the trumpets also on every side of all the camp, and say, The sword of Yahweh and of Gideon. So Gideon and the 300 men that were with him came unto the outside of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch. Right, you have the first watch is like 12 o'clock, middle watch 3 o'clock, and then the but then would be the third watch. It's sorry, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and just like, look, the third hour of the day is 9 o'clock in the morning. Then the 6th hour of the day is 12 o'clock. Is in noon, and the 9th hour of the day is 3 o'clock, because you count from 6 on up. So wait, analog clock. So here, 9 is the third hour. This is the 6th hour, and this is the 9th hour of the day. And most of the time in the nighttime, this is the first watch, this would be the middle, and this would be the last. because in the nighttime that's when you have guards watching, because the enemies might come. Because in those days, it was frequent wars and stuff like that. That's why the cities had fences. Fence. Yeah, fence cities. Yeah, you had stuff like this. You had a wall around the city back then because of war. People might just invade, so um, they had walls back in the days, and then they had watchtowers, which the guards would stand here and look out or stand on that thing here and here, and they would look out to see if somebody would come or an army would come and fight against them or something, or robbers, a band of thieves. Because in those days you had like bands of thieves and stuff like that just roaming about looking for something to steal or rob and stuff like that, you know. Mm. Judges chapter 7 verse, where was I? The 19. Oh yeah. So Gideon and the 300 men that were with him came unto the outside of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch, and they had but newly said the watch, so fresh, and they blew the trumpets and break the pitchers that were that were in their hands, and it's gonna make a sound, of course, pling a ling a ling. Let me see something. Did I jump something? No, I didn't think so. Sorry. Verse 20. And the three companies blew the trumpets and brake the pitches and held the lamps in their left hand and the trumpers in their right hand, so the trumpets in their right hands to blow withal. And they cried, the sword of Yahweh and of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp, and all the host ran and cried and fled. So the armies of them, they started to basically scream and just panic and just start running about. They panicked. And the 300 men, and the 300 blew the trumpets. And Yahweh set every man's sword against his fellow, even throughout all the host. And the host fled to Beth Shittah in Zerarath, and to the border of Abel Meholah unto Tobath. Basically, they fled to these other places, so they started running away. Here you can see the Medianites flee, which is this one, and then the Israelites ran after them. Gideon's men pursue, and here you have the Ephraimites seize fords, but that's in another chapter actually. The next chapter. Oh no, it's here. Huh. Yeah, but it's going to go further in the next chapter about it. Beshita, Ophrah, right, and then they fled further unto here, with a question mark. But basically, this is a visual of how it went. Not 100% accurate, by the way, just to say that. But a few things they do know accurately because they have these records. You have to understand that they have that money to go do these type of excavations. They did these things. Archaeology. What? Archaeological excavations. Yeah, they did these things. They don't do it anymore because they don't need to, because they mapped everything out already. But yeah, so not everything 100%, but they mapped a lot of things, let's just say that. So Judges chapter 7 verse 23. And the men of Israel gathered themselves together out of Naphtali and out of Asher, and out of all Manasseh, and pursued after the Midianites. So, what did the Most High do? He basically confused them. He startled them, and then what did they started to do? They started to kill each other. Now, that's crazy. That's just crazy. The Most High put a spirit of panic on them, and then they started basically to kill one another with those 300. So the 300 men startled them to where they started to panic, run away, and then they were so confused that they started to kill each other. Now, I actually learned that in a game. It's called Confusion. Final Fantasy 7. Confusion spell. Let me see, PSX. Confuse. So it says here, the enemy is going to attack you anyway, but but casting confuse may also cause them to attack themselves or other enemies. I learned that in that game. It was always funny to me, like you can put a spell on the enemy that they would attack each other. That was crazy to me. But now I understand where they got that from. They got that from the scriptures. They got that from the scriptures, right? Those who haven't played Final Fantasy, here's what it looks like. Okay. Let me see something. Yeah, I doubt that I'm going to see it, but yeah, but yeah, I wasn't even planning on looking for it anyway. But basically, the point is that when you have a set of enemies, I don't know if you know this, by the way, it's a very old game. Let's say this. Let me just use this for an example. Now, you have like these three enemies here, right? So if you cast confusion on one of them, for example, he will he's gonna attack everything in sight, even his own comrades. So every time I read about that in the book of Judges, I don't read it often, but every time I think about it, let's say that, I always think about this game that I used to play when I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was in the teens, right? Which was a very long time ago, actually. Sorry, I was stretching. Now, going back to over here. Judges chapter 7, verse 24. Yeah, so yeah, here. Which is, this happened then. Oh no, this one. No, yeah. So you had the people of, basically our people chasing them out of what, Naphtali, Asher, and where was it? And Manasseh. Pursued after the Midianites. Verse 24. And Gideon sent messengers throughout all Mount Ephraim, saying, come down against the Midianites, and take before them the waters unto Beth-barah and Jordan. Take before them the waters unto Beth-barah and Jordan. Then all the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together, and took the waters unto Beth-barah and Jordan. And they took two princes of the Medianites, Oreb and Zeb. And they slew Oreb upon the rock Oreb. And Zeb they slew at the winepress of Zeb. They named the places after, them, that they killed them there. Then they named the place after their name. And pursued Midian, and brought the heads of Oreb and Zeb to Gideon on the other side Jordan. Right. So that was then the book of Judges chapter 7. I kind of fumbled it. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, so with that, I'm going to say shalom.